In the popular universe of Judge Dredd, there's a smaller division of judges with the ability to read minds. They generally deal with the most violent and disturbing cases. They are known as PSI Judges. These are their stories.
PSI Judge Cassandra Anderson? What are you doing here?
Hey, Mexico, what's going on in your brain?
Oh no, don't think stupid thoughts. Don't think stupid thoughts.
Cog Fort, Cog Fort, Cog Fort. Cinema. Cinema.
Gary has a bane blade.
Oh my god!
Today on the channel, I'll be building and painting a sci-fi diorama set in Mega City 1, in the dark and gruesome universe that is Judge Dredd. And there'll be a couple of changes this time around, one of which Joe will be taking a back seat, as this time we focus our attention on our female protagonist, PSI Judge Cassandra Anderson, in her first year on the streets as a rookie. And secondly, my goal for today is for each of you to be able to recline and be entertained, rather than listening to me waffle about the paint colors and the techniques that I'm attempting. So, I've written you a short story, which captures the events of the diorama, and with a bit of luck, we'll add some weight to everything. Now, a big, burly Australian accent doesn't seem fitting this time around, so I've employed the services of a fantastic voice actor. So let me introduce and hand over to Christina.
Welcome to Mega City 1. 800 million people packed into steel concrete, with a thick smog of desperation that's refusing to lift. Forgive me if I spare you the cliche that this city never sleeps. For a horizon of skyscrapers that span from Boston to Washington, D.C., can always find a reason for sirens and evacuation tones. Tonight's entertainment will be in a form of a vault breach in Sector 17. Nothing unusual. It's the kind of job that could play across the dispatch radio to an audience of none.
Any unit clear to attend a break and enter in progress? Vault Echo Whiskey 2-4 in Sector 17. Corner Jack Black and Phil Collins. Any unit?
An operator could have their work cut out for them, trying to find a street judge willing to put up their hand to roll out to a scene that will already be cold by the time they attend, only to find themselves abandoned on crime scene cordon for the remainder of the watch.
Control, this is Anderson. Mark me en route. ETA 2 minutes.
Judge Anderson, newly minted PSI Judge Cassandra Anderson, as a matter of fact. In her first year on patrol and currently carving her way through the filthy grime-caked streets of Mega City 1, the setting acts as a fitting contrast to her polished and recently earned full eagle pinned to her uniform, and the glimmering Navy lawmaster she rides as it splits between cargo haulers and food trucks. Control, mark me on the scene. Entrance and exit boom gates demolished. Looks like our friends have already cleared.
Roger, Anderson. Cordon and wait for backup.
Anderson could feel something was off, not a gut feeling that many others describe. This was more of a physical pressure behind her eyes, a byproduct of nuclear war, and the generations being born with abnormalities and deformities as a result of the radioactive fallout. Almost all of these muties were immediately banished to the cursed earth, the vast expanse of wasteland beyond the city's walls. There were occasional exceptions, though, like in the case of Miss Anderson. Anderson possesses telepathic capabilities, and it wasn't long before the Justice Department would harness this gift and weaponize it with the creation of the PSI Division. From her childhood, Anderson was inducted into the academy with a squad of similarly gifted youths. Her training, her life, up until now had been leading to these moments. But one piece of information that they held back during her extensive training was the fact that no other street judge was going to trust working alongside a PSI judge. The idea of a colleague being able to wander around inside their mind and take a look at the moments of poor judgment, the moments of corruption? No chance. Less than a year in, and Anderson already knew not to bother attempting to convince other judges to trust me on this when she was picking up on psychic information. Anderson ran down the service ramp to the security post outside Vault Echo Whiskey 24. A guard lay dead 2 steps outside the booth, his gun still in the holster, as though he had casually exited to greet or perhaps verbally challenge whoever approached. Matte carbon dust feathered out from the deformed steel doors that had been blasted open. The vault shelves stood empty. From alarm brake to her Lawmaster tires coming to a drifting halt outside. Only 6 minutes. Likely then that there were multiple perps and a getaway ride. A clipboard manifest lay on the ground and detailed the former contents of the vault. 1.2 million creds worth of gold bullion. There it is. Even by the time you split it across a dozen or so low-level crumbs that would have had their teeth in this job, it would be enough for these Hablock goons to live it up for years to come. Anderson stepped back out of the vault and knelt by the guard. Reading for latents is what they called it. It's a horrific concept at first, but perform it at some gruesome scene at least once a week, and it starts to become just another drop in the bucket. The longer the period of time that a person has been deceased, the weaker the reading. Anderson tugs softly on the guard's button shirt so that it straightens, displaying his name tag. So for McMurdy here, the reading should be fairly detailed. She can see the dark green station wagon with tinted windows rolled up. He steps out of the booth and approaches the driver's window. It rolls down to reveal a thug. He's sporting various face tattoos, but the prominent, coyote-wielding dynamite on his right cheek denotes him as a member of the Acme crew. Like lightning, a crack erupts from inside the vehicle and McMurdy is stumbling backwards, clutching his chest. His final thoughts are of his spug of an ex-wife and of the hazardous and volatile chemical AC-46 inside the vault. The what? Anderson drags herself back to reality. She races back to the manifest. There it is. AC-46. Do not handle. Do not remove. Contagion awaiting secure transport and destruction. Crud. These idiots won't even know what it is. Anderson was right. It is far more likely that a gang of low IQ, fanatical, explosive nutjobs grabbed the case containing the contagion because it was shiny rather than possessing any knowledge or intelligence of its clandestine hiding place and the harm it could cause to the inhabitants of the city. Control, this is Anderson. I need a bolo for a dark green Subaru and an APB for any Acme crew gang members and...
Anderson Control. Surveillance network down in that sector. Information not corroborated. Direction is to cordon and contain until crime scene rolls out.
Drock that, Anderson muttered to herself. Anderson flicked the controls and twisted the throttle. The Lawmaster coming to life with a roar. Acme gang members are in Jamiroquai Towers, about 15 miles west on David X. Cohen Motorway. If she moves now, she can catch them while they're still on the sked. They'll be driving below the speed limit to avoid detection from patrolling judges and H-Wagon on aerial support. It's 2 a.m., but traffic is equal parts unrelenting and horrendous in the Big Meg, so she can nullify their head start by doubling speeds in the emergency lane. And when it disappears, lane split traffic on her Lawmaster. Her GPS responder would be a little blinking red dot on the map, hurtling away from the crime scene. Control knew she had abandoned her assignment and the direction to establish a cordon on the crime scene, but nothing over the radio has yet outed her insubordination. Perhaps dispatch had learned to trust her intuition, or, more likely, had grown tired of trying to reel her in. Ahead, one vehicle's brake lights illuminated and tires squealing. It began a sharp change of direction toward an off-ramp exit. Dark green. That's it. They must have spotted her approaching. Muzzle flashes, followed shortly after by a crack, and then splinters of glass bouncing under her front tire. It took her a second to register that they were firing at her through the back windscreen. Control! This is Gadush! Night turned to day for a brief second. The dark green Subaru was now several feet off the ground and sideways? Time sped up again, and it landed with a thud. Debris and hubcaps spat in either direction, and a luxury sports car was an unfair casualty of the melee.
Control, this is Justice Air 17. We've disabled the vehicle.
Came the calm drawl of the Pat Wagon pilot. This is Anderson! This is Anderson! Hold fire! Anderson's Lawmaster tires locked and left a thick, grooved tread of rubber on the tarmac of Cohen Motorway. They have a chemical agent on board, a contagion. Pat Wagon, hold your grud-damned fire. The perps spilled from the station wagon like rats abandoning a sinking ship, seeking refuge behind the wrecked cars of unfortunate cits who were no doubt clamoring to lock their doors in order to avoid becoming an unwilling passenger in a carjacking. Anderson can feel the thug's panic. She issues a challenge. Murder and burglary. Surrender and a life sentence in the cubes is favorable to dying here on the side of the road. Crack! A shot rang past her head and echoed in her ear. Execution it is, Anderson muttered to herself. Anderson drew her lawgiver, took a deep breath, and stepped from cover.
The channel is supported by a group of good-looking individuals that sponsor me over on Patreon for only $1 a month. And those dollary dues are all pooled together and then converted into cups of coffee to keep me up late at night editing these videos. Welcome to our latest members, Man, Cinerus, Ycry, and Zol. But unlucky for you, you have happened to join during the making of a Judge Dredd themed video. So, allow me to identify any potential crimes and then allocate some judgments. Cinerus, for supporting a B-grade YouTuber without lawful excuse, I allocate you 10 years in the ISO cubes. Unlucky. And Ycry, for being a lovable member of the Discord community, just a warning. But for also supporting a B-grade YouTuber that's 10 years in the bin as well. Had you in the first half. But cue the special effects and the dystopian electro music, because now it is time to check out our sci-fi Judge Dredd diorama set in the mean streets of Mega City 1 as our PSI Judge Cassandra Anderson gets ready to dispense some well-deserved justice. Fun fact, Warhammer 40k videos, and in particular Space Marines, will perform really well on this channel and on YouTube in general. But I can find myself really hesitant to sit down and make a video that's outside of that scope, like this one today, even if I know that I'm going to enjoy making it, because I know that on the algorithm the video is going to bomb. But I need to remind myself that we're in this hobby for fun. So let's cut a deal today. You assure me that you're going to find an opportunity this week to work on something you absolutely love. And I promise that when I work on videos that are a bit more niche and obscure like this, I will do my best to try and find ways to entertain you. Today I had a go at short story writing, which is something different for me. And if you liked it, I think we can all agree that the credit should be attributed to Christina.
Hi everyone, this is Christina. I hope you enjoyed listening to this audio as much as I enjoyed recording it.
I'll include her videos down below so that my other content creators out there, you can reach out if you're looking for ways to add some flair to your videos and a whole bunch of professionalism. Something I can't offer. And thank you so much to the team over at Warlord Games for sending me these Judge Dredd minis to paint. They are part of a tabletop game, so you can play as your favourite street judges dispensing justice, or you can play as the Hab-block gangs going in and out of the towers and causing mayhem, but you can also do what I do and paint them up and use them in a diorama. I look forward to seeing each of you on the next video, and between now and then, I'm going to do my best to work out how to use my new Lawgiver voice-activated pistol. Hi X!
Saying hi to your ex. Ready to send it?
No, don't send a message to my ex. Let's try something different. Ricochet.
Sasha Grey.
If you enjoyed something a little different today with a Judge Dredd diorama, well, what if I was to tell you that there's even more dioramas on the channel? If you'd like to stay in the Judge Dredd universe, we have this one, where Judge Dredd goes into the cursed earth and finds all kinds of mayhem. Or if you'd prefer a different grim dark far future, then why not check out this one, which has space marines clashing with tyrannids on some distant horrible planet. Enjoy!